A five-nation blitz. The UAE, Netherlands, Norway, Italy. Right now, Prime Minister Modi is on ground in Gothenburg, Sweden. The diplomatic circuit proclaims it as a routine visit, but I believe they're wrong because when we see who all are involved. Modi, Swedish PM Ulf Kristersson, EU President Ursula von der Leyen, Swedish PM Ulf Kristersson, of course, will be India's partners on journey to Viksit Bharat 2047 and beyond. PM Modi also added, by combining Sweden's technology and India's scale, we can create climate solutions for the entire world, end quote. He also, of course, went on to add, India ready to shift from intent to investment. It built world's third largest startup ecosystem on reform, perform, transform mantra, end quote. The old world locking arms with the rising giant. The headline actually states a brand new strategic partnership encompassing the four pillars, which is technology, economics, security, and the planet. They have, of course, signed the 2026-2030 Joint Action Plan. National security advisors are getting direct hotlines, which begs us to pay attention to the real game afoot, which is the trillion-dollar dream seems to be beckoning. Double bilateral trade in 5 years. Modi has stepped into the European roundtable for industry. He has bypassed the spreadsheet jargon and has pitched something far more valuable, which is common values, democracy, diversity, end quote. He is conveying to the European boardrooms that we as India are your safe harbor. Volvo, Maersk, Ericsson, Nokia, Airbus, the names on that list that I just mentioned form the Tech and Industrial Royalty Consortium. And you know what? They were all in the room. Modi then, of course, proceeded to lay down his cards on the table, which is GST, corporate tax cuts, PLI schemes, and FDI liberalization. But there is, of course, a caveat. Western executives love the rhetoric, but execution is where the challenges usually occur. So to bridge that gap, they are building new infrastructure. An annual India-Europe CEO roundtable, sector-specific working groups, and of course, it'll have an India desk. So what they're attempting with this is to institutionalize speed. Will it work? Well, if the markets are anything to go by, then they're betting big. And now, of course, for what Ursula von der Leyen had to say, the India-EU free trade agreement is the mother of all deals, which of course they want signed and sealed this year. A glimpse, of course, into the numbers, which will clarify things further. A shared market of over 2 billion people, nearly 1/4 of global GDP. Kristersson also says establishes 23,000 new jobs directly into Sweden. Wonderful. 6,000 in Gothenburg alone. With this, they're building a Sweden-India tech and AI corridor, which makes way for a digital highway for next-generation brains. But the real insight is actually up in orbit. ISRO and the Swedish Institute of Space Physics are teaming up for India's Venus orbiter mission, which is basically a partnership which did not come to life overnight. India and Sweden first locked hands in space back in 1986. Then, of course, we need to fast forward to 2008, which of course gave birth to Sweden's Sara instrument rode India's Chandrayaan-1 onto the moon and tracked the lunar solar wind together. Then, of course, they went on to collaborate on Chandrayaan-2 and 3. Now, Sweden is packing its Venusian neutrals analyzer onto India's upcoming Venus launch, with decades of trust and, of course, billions on the line. So for the younger generation which is watching this, we believe this is a gateway for your future economy. And that is because they are rewriting rules for student mobility and skilled labor, resulting in the geopolitical map to shrink rather quickly. But the shadows of hard reality still loom large, and this was evident when both leaders came out swinging against violent extremism, calling out cross-border terrorism, pointing directly to the Pahalgam attack from April last year. A clear call demanding the UN and FATF to choke out the terror funding pipelines. And of course, Sweden has backed India for a permanent UN Security Council seat. Now, of course, for the front page take. So when we actually widen the lens, a thought comes to mind. Why this 5-nation tour right now? And the answer to that is, well, West Asia is a tinderbox. Donald Trump has spoken with Netanyahu, hinting at renewed strikes on Iran. Not great. Amidst global chaos, India is locking down energy and defense chains across Europe. Meanwhile, back home, the machinery is in constant motion. Modi has injected new blood into Niti Aayog with 2 new full-time members. And amidst the triumphs, a stark reminder of reality. The tragic cruise capsizing at Bargi Dam in Jabalpur. 9 unfortunately have lost their lives. A mother and her 4-year-old child were found holding each other. Emergency financial relief has been cleared. A probe is underway. So basically, politics, power, tragedy, progress. The narrative war never seems to cease. Stay tuned, because what we do at Front Page is bring you the reality behind the press jargon. Please do let us know what are your thoughts in the comments below. This is, ladies and gentlemen, Front Page by the AIM Network. Like, share, subscribe, and always remember, think AI, think AIM.